Okay, time for another comic writing tip. And this one is about making on the fly decisions for how many panels should you use. Well, it depends on your publisher's formatting. If you're publishing for a traditional Western comic, you got to get everything down to 24 pages. You got to probably include a lot more panels, a lot more words. If you're doing a more decompressed manga style, sometimes manga artists will have, page after page after page. It's just one or two panels. So I'm trying to do what I have, like I call a blended style. I'm decompressing the art slightly from what the Western comics compacted format, but at the same time, I'm also willing to try to keep things moving a little bit. I like to try to have every page have some significant action happens that furthers the story. So I don't want page after page of just boring chit chat. So something that happened to me is when I did the thumbnail for this page, I actually planned on doing 5 panels. And then I made a last minute decision, which I normally don't like doing because that's where, if you're making last minute changes, that's where, terrible, hair pulling out errors can happen. But the first thing that was happening is as I was drawing, I was noticing that the space felt really compact and really tight. Originally, Josie's head wasn't going to be shown here. It was just going to be like a close up on Jane's face and like Josie's feet entering the panel. But then once I was starting to realize, okay, things are getting a little tight here, I looked at this again and I thought about what is the pacing? What do each of these panels represent? And I was basically using the what was originally, there's really going to be a fourth panel here where Jane was sort of like starting to get up and then she was going to turn around and look at Josie. And what I decided is, okay, if I simplify it from 5 panels to 4 panels, then I can use the dialogue to carry some of that. And I can show Josie so it's easier to tell who's talking. And I can have Jane get up on the next page in the next panel. So although I do recommend using thumbnails to save yourselves these sort of torturous problems down the road, don't hold yourself. I look at this. Does this look like this is set in stone? No, it's just a quick doodle. It's an idea of what I want to accomplish in the page. And as long as you can accomplish that in the page without, adding 16 panels or subtracting 10 panels that you were gonna add, I think a slight adjustment here or there is perfectly fine. That's the thought.